Hey guys, hopefully I can make this a quick one here. I've got Stellarium opened up here, focused on the planet Jupiter, and I want to talk about tomorrow, April 10th, 2019. And tomorrow, the planet Jupiter, from our perspective, is going to go into retrograde motion. So that means it's going to reverse its course in the sky. And it's kind of hard to see on Stellarium here. But if I can show you on astropro.com, you can see here April 10th, 2019, Jupiter is going to go into retrograde motion. And what's interesting about tomorrow is that it is Donald Trump's 811th day as president. And if you're not familiar with my channel, I talk about the Wormwood star from Revelation 8:11. That's the focus of my channel. This slide that I have up here is a slide that I posted back in January on a Facebook group that I'm part of. I'm just now getting around to making a video about it. But Jupiter, which goes into retrograde motion tomorrow, is, of course, Jupiter's the king of the planet, king of the planets, and it's also known as the Wood Star, which connects it to the Wormwood star from Revelation 8:11. But what's really interesting is that Jupiter returns to its standard non-retrograde motion on August 11th, 2019, and which is connected to Donald Trump's 811th day when it goes into retrograde motion. Very interesting there. On August 12th, the first full day of standard direction, August 12th is 6,545 days after 9/11/2001. And what makes that interesting is that 6545 is the 33rd tetrahedral number. And I've showed you guys the tetrahedral numbers before. They're also called triangular or pyramidal numbers. So this 6,545th day, which is the 33rd tetrahedral number, that day is also, this gets a little confusing, but I'll try to make it make sense for you here. This day, August 12th, is also the 2,851st day after the end of the Libyan Civil War, and that war ended on 10/23/2011. And this Libyan Civil War, this is the last official war, declared war that the United States participated in, but that war lasted 8 months, 1 week, and 1 day. Another reference to Wormwood, and it's connected to this. It's also connected to Christmas because 2851 is the 414th prime number. And Christmas is 4 months and 14 days after 8/12/2019. And I did a whole video about the 414. But if we look at the planet Jupiter here, and the point I guess I'm going to try to get across here is showing you guys the 955 again, because Christmas is 955 weeks after 9/11, and Jupiter, the planet Jupiter, its sidereal rotation period is 9 hours and 55 minutes. And this also connects back to the Libyan Civil War. That war started on February 15th, 2011, and Barack Obama was the president during this war, and that war was declared during Barack Obama's 595th month. He was born on August 4th, 1961. And in the context of time, if we look at that 595 in the context of time, 595 minutes is 9 hours and 55 minutes. So there's your 955 again, connected to Jupiter, connected to Christmas, because Christmas 2019 is 955 weeks after 9/11. And this 595 is also interesting because Sirius, like the dog star Sirius, in Greek isosophy, Sirius has a value of 595 as well. And going back to this 2851, this is a number I showed you guys before. And I'm going to connect this to Donald Trump here again. I'm going to go to Google Earth here, but I was going to look at the Roswell UFO crash site. This Roswell UFO crashed in Lincoln County, New Mexico, and I'm going to show you another 955 here. This is U.S. Airways Flight 1549. This is the flight that crashed into the Hudson River on January 15th, 2009. But you can see here there was 155 people on board. There were 100 injuries, but it shows here there were 95 minor and 5 serious. I believe that Sirius, this 955 Sirius, even though it's written this way, it's a reference to the dog star Sirius. There's another 955. And this whole flight was a ritual to Wormwood, because if we look at 1549 in the context of time, 1549 as a time on the clock leaves 8 hours and 11 minutes in the day. So we have our 955 and our 811 connection with this U.S. Airways flight. And I'm going to cover this in a future video, but this is a very, very big clue in this ritual here, this flight that crashed in the Hudson River. It was supposedly brought down by Canadian geese. So I think this riddle points towards Hudson Bay in Canada, and I've talked about that before. But what's interesting here is this is 2,851 kilometers from the Roswell UFO site to the crash site for 1549, Lincoln Tunnel in Lincoln County. And it's also interesting that the Roswell UFO is exactly 1,776 kilometers to Trump Tower in Chicago. And I've covered most of this before, but it's just kind of a recap and connecting it again with all the 955s and 811s. But I just wanted to get this out here for you guys to look at. Christmas 2019, 955 weeks after 9/11. And all the Revelation 8:11 rituals with the crash and Roswell. Oh, one more thing here. This Roswell crash, the wreckage was discovered on June 14th, 1947. That just happens to be Donald Trump's first birthday. He was born in 1946. And like I just showed you guys yesterday, I believe this is all a ritual to the coming alien invasion, quote unquote, I guess. Just more rituals or clues to that riddle. I think I got it all covered here.